Can you imagine pouring your heart and soul into building a company only to be publicly fired from it? It sounds like a nightmare, right? Well, for one of the most iconic figures in tech history, it was a brutal reality. This is the incredible comeback story of Steve Jobs, a man who was kicked out of his own creation, only to return and change the world forever. It all started in a humble garage in 1976. A young, barefoot, and intensely focused Steve Jobs, alongside his friend Steve Wozniak, built a machine that would spark a revolution. That machine was the Apple I. From that garage, Apple Computer was born. In just a few years, they went from a two-man operation to a $2 billion company with thousands of employees. Jobs was the visionary, the driving force, the charismatic showman who believed technology could be beautiful, intuitive, and, most importantly, personal. But as Apple grew, so did the tensions. Jobs was known for his demanding, often abrasive personality. He pushed people to their limits, chasing perfection at any cost. By 1985, after a power struggle with the CEO he himself had hired, the Apple board made a stunning decision. At just 30 years old, Steve Jobs was fired from the company he co-founded. He was publicly humiliated, stripped of his life's work. He later said he felt like he had let everyone down. The future he had envisioned seemed to crumble before his eyes. Most people would have been crushed, but Steve Jobs wasn't most people. After a summer of soul-searching, he did what he did best. He started building again. He founded a new company called Next, focusing on powerful computers for education and business. He also bought a small computer graphics company from George Lucas and transformed it into Pixar Animation Studios. Does that name ring a bell? Pixar would go on to create Toy Story, the first ever computer animated feature film, and completely revolutionize the animation industry. During this wilderness period, Jobs was not just surviving. He was evolving, learning, and maturing as a leader. Meanwhile, back at Apple, things were not going well. Without Jobs' vision, the company was floundering. By the mid-90s, Apple was on the verge of bankruptcy. They were losing market share, their product line was a confusing mess, and they were desperately in need of a new operating system. In a move that no one saw coming, Apple decided to buy Next in 1997. The acquisition wasn't just about the technology. It was about bringing back the one person who might be able to save them. Steve Jobs returned to Apple initially as an advisor and soon after as the interim and then permanent CEO. His return was electric. Jobs immediately went to work slashing the bloated product line and refocusing the entire company on just a few core products. He famously drew a simple 4-quadrant grid on a whiteboard to 4 consumers, 2 for professionals. 1 desktop, 1 portable, and declared that's all they would make. It was a bold, ruthless, and brilliant move. He also launched the legendary Think Different ad campaign, reminding the world and Apple itself of its rebellious, creative soul. Then came the magic. In 1998, he unveiled the iMac, a stunning, all-in-one computer that came in a rainbow of translucent colors. It didn't just look different, it felt different. It was friendly, fun, and easy to use. The iMac was a massive hit and signaled to the world that Apple was back. But that was just the beginning. In 2001, he introduced the iPod with the simple slogan, 1,000 songs in your pocket. It completely transformed the music industry. In 2007, he walked on stage and introduced a widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communicator. But these weren't 3 separate devices. This was one device. He called it the iPhone. It didn't just change the phone industry, it changed human behavior itself. And in 2010, he did it again with the iPad, creating an entirely new category of device between the smartphone and the laptop. Steve Jobs' story is more than just a tale of success. It's a powerful lesson in resilience. Being fired from Apple, which he called devastating at the time, turned out to be the best thing that could have ever happened to him. It forced him to start over, to be a beginner again, and it ignited a new wave of creativity that led to Pixar and his ultimate, triumphant return. His journey proves that sometimes our greatest failures are just detours on the path to our greatest triumphs. They can be a chance to reset, to learn, and to come back stronger, more focused, and ready to change the world. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this story as inspiring as I do, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and let me know in the comments what you think is the most important lesson from Steve Jobs' life. See you next time.